YouTube videos are ruining your manifestations. I'm going to go deep into this video, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why I said what I just said. If your manifestations are not coming true, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to do to reverse that and to move it a little bit faster so that you can get your actual desires, because there's no reason that you shouldn't have your desires soon. Okay, the reason why I say TikTok videos, specifically manifestation videos on TikTok, are ruining your actual manifestations and your desires is because it is too many points of view on the same topic. The reason why is because every single strategy works. Whatever you give the universe and whatever you give up to the higher power that you believe in is going to come true, is going to come to fruition. But if you constantly are listening to people on TikTok, you're constantly watching a manifestation video about this topic and that topic, your desires are never going to align because you're never going to know exactly what you want. When you take time off of social media, when you do a detox, or you spend time alone, you spend time without other people, not people that you don't know. Of course, spend time with your friends, family, etc. I'm talking about people who you don't know, who you don't actually resonate with, who you actually wouldn't want to switch lives with, who you would be scared to be mentored by, right? People that aren't giving the best overall advice. You shouldn't be listening to those people for your manifestations. And the thing about it is, manifestation is not one size fits all. One size fits all is when you get all this general information. That is what you're getting on TikTok manifestation videos. You are getting one size fits all content that they're putting out to the mass market. I've taken social media courses, and viral content, this is how you get viral content, by I don't want to say that. I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to say it that way. It's by giving a message to the mass audience. That's a simpler way to put it. When you give a message to a mass audience, if the mass audience is the majority of people, you have a very high likelihood of going viral. That's all I'm going to say about the course that I took. When you are taking videos and content off of YouTube, when you're taking them off of YouTube, you have someone who sat down for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 40 minutes, explained the topic from top to bottom, gave you tips, formulas. They gave you a framework to work with. They gave you journal prompts. They gave you things to work with. Like I talked about in my previous videos, we're not talking about mental work. We're talking about subconscious reprogramming. Okay? If you want to know what subconscious reprogramming is and rewiring your actual brain, which is why your beliefs probably aren't coming true yet, is because you're not actually rewiring the subconscious. You're rewiring the surface level of your beliefs. And so when things happen, you're not acting as you would have, but deep down in your mind is still thinking that it is reacting the way you would have. So you on the outside can fake all you want. You can act all you want. You can make it seem like you're not acting that way or no longer being that way. But your subconscious brain knows, yeah, we actually didn't make a real shift. That's what I mean. If you want some examples, I have some examples posted on my page of affirmation rewiring tracks. Okay, it is the audio and the video. You can find them on the video section of this YouTube channel. If you want to purchase one for yourself, a individualized one, because the ones that I post are very general, you can still listen to them for 21 days and get the shift that you need. Because they are still gonna rewire your brain to your dream life. They're called the Dream Life Affirmation Rewiring audios, or rewiring tracks. You can transform it into an audio, or you can watch via the video. And one thing I never liked about audios that people would talk about in the past is that they're 8 hours long. These affirmation tracks are 8 hours long. Mine are only 15 minutes, and I tell you the easiest way to loop it on your phone, so you don't have to destroy your storage with 8 hours of video content and try to keep this one video on your device. You can literally download a 15-minute video. It's at least going to be 15 minutes. That's where it's really potent, and it replays all night. If you want one of those, you can get an individual one on my website, which is on my channel page, like in my channel description on my actual page. But you can use those to rewire your brain, right? So once you rewire your brain, your subconscious is actually being shifted. You're no longer starting from here on the surface, you're actually attacking all the things that are happening underneath. So on the outside, you can act like you don't care. You can act like whatever. When your ex texts you, you can act like you don't, like you're not happy, right? You can act all these things. It's really about acting, faking till you making it. Faking it till you make it is not real manifestation. That is a fake 3D shift that does not result in anything that is robust or that lasts a really long time. What happens with that is you get your manifestation for a month or a week or two, or it shows up in some other form and then you can't keep it. That's when you know you need to start doing your subconscious rewiring and your subconscious programming. And when you are working with someone, or not working with someone, rather, and you're just watching all these random videos and you're watching all this random stuff, you're taking beliefs from a lot of people that probably have not rewired their subconscious programming. And you're also taking general advice from people that are trying to go viral on TikTok. There's nothing wrong with wanting to go viral on TikTok, but as a person that has studied social media, who has literally invested into learning social media, who has worked for brands, who has created viral content that has 8, 10, 12 million views and hundreds of thousands of likes on posts that I've had in the past, I know what it's like to have a viral moment. And that viral moment that person is looking for, they're going to get it if they're doing mass marketing, right? That's the simplest way to put it. So be aware that if you're not getting your result, and in my previous set of videos, in my previous set of shorts, and I was talking about how you need to stop working on mental work and start working on your subconscious programming. I explained all the layers of your subconscious and how to actually rewire your brain to get your manifestations. If that's not where you feel like you are and you're like, no, like I'm doing the subconscious work, but it's not going as deep as I wanted to, this is the work that you probably need to be doing. So the work that you need to be doing is not so much the mental work, because you've already understood the mental work is not for you. But what you need to do instead is you need to work on your subconscious. But you're like, how do I work on it more? You need to stop listening to people that are giving general advice. And I'm going to tell you exactly the method that I use. It's the be, do, have method, but it is very modified from the normal be, do, have, get anything you want. Like it's really deep subconscious be, do, have method is what I use to see my manifestations come literally true. And one thing I wanted to share, I wanted to start sharing these in these videos, is that when something actually comes to fruition. So I have a personal YouTube channel where I do fashion content. Whenever I'm in my fashion mode, I go to that page and I'm posting all the contents. And then when I'm out of my fashion mode, I kind of leave the page. And then whenever I'm back into my fashion mindset, I go back to the page. So on that page, I filmed a video a few months ago and I talked about wanting to have a beautiful group of friends who I can go to dinner with, who I love, who we catch up with. And I had literally no friends at that point. I had actually got rid of all the girlfriends that I had in my life because they were not on a path of growth, or they were not healthy, feminine women, or just whatever I felt like it wasn't aligned with me. And it was really hard to do, by the way. And I can talk about that in a separate video if anybody cares to know exactly why. But that was a really difficult thing to do. And in that video, I was talking about like literally the things I wanted. I was like, I want this, I want that with the friends in my group, blah, blah, blah. Literally have it. That was probably 5 weeks ago. So like a little bit over a month. I have it. And I didn't have to try at all. I have the dream friend group. Literally anybody could dream of. So when I am making these videos, I'm not making them because I watched some YouTube videos and then I'm just repeating and parroting the content. I literally am doing the content. And The way that I make this channel is I essentially make these really long videos of these literally transformations that are happening as they're happening. So currently I have 2 sets of videos, and you can tell the set because I have the same outfit on. It's like clips of the same video. And this is the 3rd set of videos. And every time I get a transmission, it's like building on each other. So that's like the format of my channel. And then my long form videos are shorts that are either a little bit too long, and I didn't want to just clip them 1 second or 2 because they have to be 60 seconds to be a short. So if it's like a minute and 1 second, it'll post as a regular video. So those are be on my video side. And then I also have the dream life affirmation tracks that are up there, the examples. I have my own personal one that I listen to every single night, and I love it. I'm currently also listening to the Joe Dispenza You Are the Placebo meditation track as well. So that's also on YouTube. So I love that video. It's about an hour meditation, and it is amazing. I would recommend that to anyone who's doing subconscious work, to do the affirmation track and to do a meditation track. Those are going to quantum leap you. Okay. So the method that I want to give for what do you do when you're like not doing mental work anymore, you're like done trying with the manifestations, you just want it to come to you easy. Okay. And then you're like, oh, I want to do my subconscious work, but I don't really know how to do that. Here's what you're gonna do. The be do have method. So I'm gonna actually go through this in something that a lot of people want, which is a relationship. So the be, right? You start with a desire. What's your desire? I want a relationship. Great. Now we have a desire, right? Whatever popped into your head first is your desire. Just take that for what it is. Okay. What you need to do is become the reciprocal of that. And the word reciprocal, I'm not a chemistry major. I'm a chemist. I've already graduated from chemistry. I've taken more math classes than I can count on my hands. And I actually, that's a manifestation as well coming true, because I never talked about my chemistry degree. For some reason, I'm being called to share about it in videos, so that's why I'm talking about it. But I've taken so much math. I've learned about reciprocals in math, and I never put 2 and 2 together that a reciprocal and the be do have method is the same. I've always heard of a reciprocal from one of my mentors, Mina Irfan. I have another mentor called her name is Sharzad, and they both talk about kind of being the reciprocal of what you want. And I was like, when I thought of reciprocal, I was like, oh, reciprocal means be the same thing as it, like be equal. Because people say you can't have a rich boyfriend if you're not rich. You can't have, you can't have like what else do people say? Like, you can't ask someone to buy you something if you can't buy it for yourself. Or you shouldn't have somebody do something for you couldn't do for you, right? Like, basically you have to do the same thing. If you want something, you must also be able to do that same thing without that person. That's not what reciprocal means, and that is not how you get your desire. You do not get your desire to have a rich boyfriend by becoming the rich boyfriend. You will simply just become a rich person, and that is a whole different manifestation within itself. If you're trying to bring something to you, you become the reciprocal of it, which is the 1 over whatever. So you're literally the inverse. You're literally the opposite. You're literally the thing that can hold it, right? Can you be the cup and the water? No. But if I want to be the water, I should be looking for a cup. If I'm a cup, I should be looking for water to be held in the cup. So you become the reciprocal of it, and then you can have it. If there's something that exists, you must be the reciprocal to get it. If I am positive, do I become positive to get more, to get positive? This I know. I know positive and negative charges very well in electron configuration. If you want to be positive or you want to get positive, do you become positive? No. You stay positive and you attract the negative. Negative and positive attract. So if you want that rich boyfriend, or you want a boyfriend in general, what do you become? I'm going to give you 2 seconds. You become the person that can receive the rich boyfriend. You become the person that can receive the relationship in general. You become the person who can hold that relationship. If somebody, okay, let's just say, I'm saying rich boyfriend for fun because that's like a thing that's trending and it's just on my mind. But if we just think about relationship in general, what do you have to be to get a boyfriend? You have to be a girlfriend. So if you don't have a boyfriend, it's very likely it's not that you're ugly or your hair is too short or your face isn't clear enough, your eyebrows are ugly, your glasses are ugly, you don't know how to dress, your voice is too raspy. It's likely that you're not a girlfriend. It's likely that you don't know how to be a girlfriend. It's likely that you have some inner work to do around having a relationship and being able to operate in that. Because if some guy, where you are right now, if some guy were to come up to you and say, "Oh my gosh, I love how you look, like, can I get your number?" If you weren't ready to be a girlfriend, you would say, "Oh, well, he's probably gonna like get my number and then sell it to the black market because he thinks that I'm like that I look stupid and dumb, and he thinks he's gonna get me out of my number. He does this to girls all the time. Or he's just kidding. He wants to just sleep with me and probably just waste my time. No, this guy's not serious because he just asked for my number, and guys don't do that, and he's not serious." Like, you come up with so much stuff because, again, your subconscious mind is like, I don't know how to receive boyfriend. So on the outside, you're like, "Oh my gosh, great, this guy approached me. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy." But on the inside, you're shivering, you're shaking from fear. Your subconscious mind has no clue what to do with that boyfriend because you're not ready to receive it. Your subconscious mind is not even there. So you can convince yourself on the outside that you're ready for a boyfriend, but are you really? You can convince yourself on the outside that you need to just dress better. You need to just look better. If you want the rich boyfriend, you're just convincing yourself you have to become the rich boyfriend. If you want him to take you on trips, you have to convince yourself that you have to take yourself on trips first, and then he'll show up. When the problem is, you're not a reciprocal. If some guy showed up wanting to take you shopping, would you even know how to accept that? Take it for what it is, enjoy it, express joy for that, express appreciation for that. If he showed up wanting to take you somewhere on a flight or some other country or whatever, would you know how to accept that? To enjoy that? Would you know what to do in return, or would you feel like you had to take him on a flight too? Or you had to do something equally as grand in return? How would you actually feel? And so that really exposes your real subconscious beliefs behind your desires, is by, when I ask you, are you being the reciprocal, right? And so you really can't get the desire. You can't get a desire and then you also like don't know how to deal with it when it comes to you, because it will come to you. If that desire is running in your mind and your surface level is always looking for a boyfriend, always looking for a boyfriend, but it never goes beyond that, and you never get the full desire or the full picture ever pans out, there's probably a subconscious problem underneath. So also, I wrote this down, that you can't have your cake and eat it too. And I think that's so beautiful that came to my mind when I was thinking about like how the be do have is part of the manifestation. Like, that literally is the three parts that bring together a manifestation, is the be do have. Because if you want the cake and you want the desire, can you enjoy the desire and still want the desire? Or would you be enjoying it because you have it? Or would you have it and not be able to enjoy it because you can't, because you want it? Like, you can't have all of them at the same time. So the first one is be. You don't be anything. You don't, it's like, be doesn't mean to become something different. It just means to realign yourself energetically with what it's like to receive that thing. So if it's like, I want to be a really great professional, I want to be like the top of my, let's just say like everyone in your company is on a tier of this corporate ladder, right? And you want to be at the top of it. You don't just do it by, okay, well, I need to be this thing. What would it what would I be? What would I be doing if that was me? If I was that thing? And it's easier to explain with boyfriend and girlfriend because that's like such an elementary topic that everybody can understand. So it's like if you want the boyfriend, and it's easier for me to explain as well, but if you want the boyfriend, just extrapolate this to everything, right? If you want the boyfriend, you don't become a boyfriend, you become a girlfriend. Because you can't be a girlfriend without the boyfriend, but you definitely are never going to have a relationship if you're just a girl and he's the boyfriend over there. He's going to find a girlfriend if you're just a girl, but you have to become a girlfriend. So become the reciprocal. I'm going to think of an example in my own life. I think that was a good example, honestly. I don't think there's any need to dig deeper into that one. Do. The do is what makes you the reciprocal. So we kind of touched on this already. But when you think about becoming the reciprocal, what is that reciprocal doing? So it's like basically the B is identifying what is the reciprocal. It's so easy to think about it in receiving, right? Like if I want a gift for Christmas, I have to be able to take the gift. Like if I want someone to hand me this water bottle, I have to be able to stretch my hand out and grab it. Right? If I want the boyfriend, I have to be a girlfriend. If I want the money, I'm probably gonna need somewhere to put it or something to do with it. If I want clients in a really big business, I have to have something where those clients can go or somewhere those clients can go. If I want a business, I have to have some way to run it. Like if I want a large audience, I have to have some place where the audience can be. So what is like when I say reciprocal, I also mean like what can hold that thing? What can hold the desire that you want? How can your desire exist in your life? Right? If you want to go on vacations out of the country, shouldn't you have a passport? If you want to start investing, shouldn't you just open up a brokerage account? Even if there's nothing in it or you don't know what to do, shouldn't you just open up a brokerage account? If you want to become a model, shouldn't you just like, these are do things, by the way. So I'm on the be, do, have, right? Do, like if you want to become a model, shouldn't you get your digitals taken? Shouldn't that now be your desire? So your desire comes off of the thing that you want, the thing we talked about, and it goes on to the thing that you should do. And then you're going to get divine whispers. Here's how to take your digitals. Here's what you should do. Here's where you should apply, right? Here's what you're going to start to see examples of what a good girlfriend looks like. And you're like, oh, wow, okay. I never thought about that as being part of a good girlfriend. Right? So all the things that you want, you're going to start to put the dots together and say, oh, now I can hold that thing. Now, if you get the digitals taken, what else is there to do besides your reciprocal to come meet you? If you have the digitals, what else is there to do but you to get signed? If you have a girlfriend mentality and you know how to act as a girlfriend, if there was a guy to approach you right now, you would know what to do. What else is there but a guy to approach you? And this is not surface level. Again, this is not you. Like you can do it on a sheet of paper, right? You can do it on a sheet of paper, but it's more that you feel. Thank you for the like. I can't see who did that, but thank you for the like. So you can't feel who is in. I forgot what I was going to say. You can't feel, okay, yeah. You can't feel what it's like to be doing those things because you're not doing them, you can't know what it's like to do those things, but you can feel what it's like to do those things. So if you want the boyfriend, right, you have to be the girlfriend, which is the reciprocal. right? What makes you have a boyfriend is that you are a girlfriend. What makes you be able to travel is that you have the passport out of the country, right? What makes you be able to do these things is you being the reciprocal, right? And then once you do that, you don't just go and start booking random trips everywhere. You do the thing that makes you the reciprocal. And once you are the reciprocal, you do subconscious rewiring to make sure that your beliefs are in alignment with your actual desire. If your beliefs are not in alignment with your actual desire, guess what's going to happen? You're gonna get your manifestation for a week or 2 weeks. It's gonna pop up in a different format. Maybe instead of a boyfriend, you get a little sneaky link and you're like, oh my gosh, there's a guy talking to me. Like, oh my gosh, he's gonna like become my boyfriend. And so you start sleeping with him or doing whatever, and then it doesn't turn out to be that because you're gonna start becoming desperate. That's what happens when you watch so much stuff on TikTok, so much manifestation tidbits on TikTok, and you don't have one person you're learning from or one method, one strategy. Because remember, all of them work, but you cannot do all of them at the same time. You cannot be vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian, and keto, and everything else at the same time. You have to choose one strategy for weight loss. Choose one. Choose one. Do not just go all over the place trying to get your manifestation to happen, and you're supposed to be doing A, but then you get distracted by doing B, and then strategy C, and then strategy D, and now your manifestation is all out of alignment, and you don't even know what the reciprocal of your desire is. You're just doing a 3-6-9 method on a sheet of paper. That doesn't work for manifestation. It absolutely doesn't work. So that's why you have to have a certain strategy. And I hate to say it because I didn't even know this before, but you do have to have a strategy and you just have to pick one. All strategies work. All strategies work. For anyone that's in here, type down below what's your current strategy with manifestation. I'm interested to know. But your manifestations need a strategy. If you don't have a strategy, like the be do have method that I just went all the way through, or you don't have a strategy with learning from one person, or you don't have a strategy with how you're approaching manifestation, you are going to get the same energy back. If you put out confused energy, you put out undecided energy, right? You put out energy where you don't really know what you're trying to do, guess what you're getting back? That same energy. So you're going to start seeing, you're literally going to create a situation where you continue to keep getting strategies. You keep getting bombarded with strategy videos. You keep getting bombarded with all these different tactics. You keep getting bombarded with all these different things when you could be doing you are the placebo manifestation. I keep saying manifestation. I'm trying to say meditation. You are the placebo meditation track by Joe Dispenza, doing somebody's dream life affirmation track to rewire your subconscious beliefs about yourself and what you can actually achieve. And that's it. And you just be do have every single day. And I want you to catch how I didn't talk about the have, because the have is already done. The have is already done. All you have to do is identify, like, okay, I'm gonna break this down. This is the final point. Identify the reciprocal that you have to be. Identify it of your desire. So come up with your desire, which you already know. Do your top 3 desires. Figure out what is the reciprocal of those 3. What do you have to be to hold these things? Then once you figure that out, you figure out, okay, what am I doing with this? And the thing about it is when you are doing your subconscious reprogramming, your mind is also going to be doing this at the same time. So it's going to be pushing you towards your divine whispers. It's going to be pushing you, really developing your intuition, and it's going to be making sure that you know exactly what you should be doing. All the strategies are going to melt away, and you're never going to have to worry about figuring out strategies ever again, because the strategies are never going to exist to you anymore. You're going to be like, well, strategies are stupid and dumb and they keep me distracted. I don't need to do that. Every video that I watch is paying somebody else's bills, and I could be figuring out what strategy I need to do to be paying my own bills, to be investing my own money, to be worrying about my own life. And that's why you see like people who are celebrities or just popular, really famous, they're always producing content. They're never consuming content. Obviously, consuming content is a natural part of life. To produce, you must consume, and to consume, you must produce. However, because they are the reciprocal of each other, no pun intended. But however, you must produce more than you consume. Especially if you're someone that wants a business, especially if your desire is to have a business, the reciprocal of having a business is to actually do business so that you can get clients. You have to literally produce to be able to receive money, receive views, receive likes, receive comments, receive all the things that you want to receive, all the clientele you want to receive is never going to be received if you're not the reciprocal of what having a business is. To have a business, you must put something out there. To have a business, you must talk to people about your business and share your business. So I could really do a whole entire course on this one topic, and I really should, like a whole boot camp, a 3-day boot camp or something about business owners who their desire is to be a business owner and they don't know how to become a business owner. Use the be, do, have method, not like the regular be, do, have that we were taught from like our grandparents. I'm talking about the be, do, have I just explained. Becoming the reciprocal. Okay, what part of you actually wants a business? Because if I look at you right now and I see that you're not posting, you don't even have the YouTube app to download it on your phone, you don't have a TikTok page for your business, and you don't have a strategy for YouTube, you don't have a strategy for TikTok, you don't have a strategy for Instagram, you don't have any product, you don't have any service or any course or any topic. Like, it's brutal. It's really brutal to talk about somebody in that way, or to really like genuinely say that you don't want what you are saying that you desire. Because if you wanted to have a business, you would be the reciprocal of it. Like, you want to be a girlfriend to someone, you want to have a boyfriend, but you don't know how to talk to guys. You're afraid of every guy that comes up to you. You think every guy is gonna use you. You're scared to get on a FaceTime call. You're scared to give somebody your number because you think they're gonna sell it to the black market. Like, you don't want a boyfriend. And it's about producing what you want. So you are gonna have to do work behind the desire that you want. You're gonna have to put yourself out there behind the desire that you want. And that's how you really know you have faith, is when you're doing it, when you're confused, you don't really know where to go next, but you're still taking every step forward. That's how you know that desire is for you. And it's just so interesting when you look at your desires, look if you're actually the reciprocal of them. That's all I have to say for this video, is that we do have is literally manifestation. It's a 3-part manifestation strategy that works for literally everybody. Become the reciprocal of your desire. If you want to start a business, if you want the relationship, if you want to travel, if you want to have a car, have a house, you want to do all these activities, like you want to have experiences, you want to talk to new people, you want that friend group that you love. I can actually talk about that, because in the start of this video, I talked about that I literally got my dream friend group in five weeks of letting go all my old girlfriends. I was like, these people are not aligned. I don't even want to be friends with them. They're actually dragging me down. Although they're not doing anything to me, energetically, they're dragging me down. Well, what did I do? I let go of them. So now my brain is free and willing. Your subconscious mind has to be willing to be the reciprocal. It has to be willing to now to get those new downloads, to be the reciprocal of whatever that you want. So once you say, okay, I'm done with this, bye, no longer engaging with that, your subconscious mind is like, okay. She knows her desires. She knows she wants those really good girlfriends. She knows she wants to go out to dinner with these really wealthy friends. All my friends, well, let me not say that, but I'm just going to say I have amazing girlfriends who are extremely successful and established. It's insane how many young people I'm 23, and young people like myself literally are established in their careers. They exist, and I wanted those friends. I was like, I want business friends. I want friends in science and STEM. I want friends who have the car and the home and the house. I want the friends who are living their best life, and they literally dropped into my lap. How did that happen? Because I started becoming the reciprocal of it. Okay, well, if I want to go to dinner, I might need a dress or two so I can actually wear something out. If I find a girlfriend today and she's like, I want to go to dinner, bestie, would I have anything to wear to the dinner? I wouldn't have. So what did I do? I went and I got some cute dresses, 2 or 3 cute dresses. And as soon as I did that, I swear to you that next week, I literally had friends. I literally have the best. I just can't even explain. My heart explodes every time I talk to these women. It's insane. So I wanted to go to nice dinners. Okay. Then I was like, okay, well, I really want nice business friends. And so I don't want to become the person that like does exactly what they do. I don't want to be like them and do what they do and be who they are. But I definitely want to be able to hold conversations with them. So what did I do? I started becoming really confident in what I do, being okay with sharing that I have a chemistry degree, being open to sharing of the businesses I'm doing, being open to sharing my investments, being open to sharing some of my personal business, being able to share, being able to be vulnerable with women, right? Am I gonna have a girl best friend and best friends when I'm sitting at the table and not contributing anything to the conversation? Like, it gets really, really deep, the type of reciprocal you have to be. I'm not saying go out and go and talk to random girls and invite them to dinner. No. The divine whisper will come to you on how the friends are going to come to you. I'm talking about your part in it. I'm talking about what you do. What do you do before they show up? You become the reciprocal. You try to see, okay, well, these people are really nice and established. I don't have to be exactly making this amount of money and this and that like them. But if I can be happy with my life and I'm able to share my life and I want to share with them, I want to be vulnerable with them, I have something to share, something to add to the conversation. You're going to sit at dinner and have no conversations. You might need to know how to have a conversation or two if you want friends, right? So that's where the work starts. And then once you identify the being part, right? And then you identify the doing part, and you're like, okay, I want to get good at conversations, become more vulnerable, and trust women, right? The having just falls in your lap because your subconscious mind is like, oh my gosh, she's willing to do the things it takes to have a friend group. She's doing what it takes to open up herself to having really great women friends. Oh my gosh, I'm actually going to give her the women friends because she's clearly ready for it. I've been saying I wanted these amazing women friends for years and I never got them. And I was like, universe just doesn't want me to have girlfriends. No, you just weren't ready for them. You were not the reciprocal. You were not the reciprocal for it. You were not able to receive it. If these same women dropped in my lap 2 months ago or 3 months ago when I wasn't being the reciprocal, I would have not been able to hold a conversation with them. I would have not been vulnerable with them. And I don't mean vulnerable as in telling them all your business. I mean literally being able to be a friend. Are you a friend? Are you a good friend? Are you a decent person? All these things matter when it comes to being a reciprocal of the friends that you want. You don't have to be like them, do what they do, make what they make, have what they have. You just need to be able to be able to engage with that. That's literally all it takes. So as time went on, so I was actually doing this inner work. As you can see, I just put these words to this thought this morning. I wrote this down in my iPad this morning when I was going to work. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like amazing. Let me write this down so I can film a video on it later. It's later now, so I'm filming it now. But when I was writing it down, I was like, this is great. But as you just heard, I've had this friend group for a few weeks. So I actually was doing the inner work to get the girlfriends and didn't even know I was doing the be do have method to become the reciprocal. So that's all I have to say for this video. Become the reciprocal of your desires. Become the reciprocal of your desires. That should be your main motivation of really getting to your desires and to your manifestations, is becoming the reciprocal of how you can hold, you can have, what do you need to have to be able to have that thing, right? Think about it. If I want to become a lip gloss brand and I want to sell lip gloss and I have a whole bunch of lip gloss, can I sell lip gloss? No, because I don't have a lip gloss tube. I don't have a website. I don't have a business title or name. I don't have anything else that requires a business. I have the lip gloss to sell, but you have to become the reciprocal of what can hold that lip gloss. Lip gloss tube. Okay, now we have something that we can actually give to people. Okay, cool. Is there a price on it? Is there a website? Is there marketing? Is there sales? Is there strategy behind selling it? Like, all of that matters. If you have a lip gloss and you have no way to get it to other people, to share it across the world, it means nothing. Same thing. If you have a desire, an idea, I'm literally getting chills when I'm saying this. If you have a desire, an idea, and no way to package it, no way to send it out to the universe so that it can come back to you, you're not being the reciprocal of it, you're never going to receive it, ever, 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 ever. So become the reciprocal, and I'll see you guys in my next video.